Hey, what's up, guys? Twintuitive717 here. I am back with another reading. Of course, hanging out with that bossy bees while she's all cozy in her basket. I'm going to dive right in and finish off the community post that I shared. If you guys want to pause the video and maybe read through the community post with the big picture of the moth or the butterfly, you can go ahead and do that because I was referring to the Divine Feminine Collective and many of you experiencing the journey in a very raw way. And I feel like what's happening to a lot of the collective of Divine Feminines is that like you're here to help Mother Earth, you're here to help Gaia, you're here to be in sync with Mother Earth. And I feel like you're taking on this energy of like, I don't want any distractions. I do not want to experience my life or this lifetime under the perception of anything. And this goes a lot deeper than just drugs and alcohol, guys. Like, I feel like it goes, it's a lot more intentional. I did share another video today as well earlier on, so check that one out. Because I did channel a lot of messages on many of you just being more intentional with the earth. And it's creating like a really attractive magnetic energy about you. Like, I feel like a lot of you who are in the Divine Feminine energy, like you're definitely, you have your Divine Masculine's full attention. You have their heart, because I feel like what a lot of you in the feminine energy are realizing is that you have the power. Like, you have the power to make a lot of these changes. And I feel like what many of you are starting to experience is you're protected. Okay, you're protected on this journey, so there's no need to isolate for too long. You are protected. You will find your communities out here. The universe will send you specific readings from particular readers to keep pushing ahead, to keep moving. The universe has your back in regards to that. But I feel like why a lot of your Divine Masculines are drawn to you is because you have the ability to go through this life experience in a raw way. You don't need substances to numb yourself or to hide, right? Many of you are like, bring it on. So what you're doing in turn is that I feel like you're smooth sailing through life, and it is a magnetic energy, the moth drawn to the flame. You are your Divine Masculine's twin flame. Divine Feminine, I feel like you have a way of inspiring them because you see life in such a beautiful, optimistic way, whereas I feel like a lot of your Divine Masculines, because of earlier experiences in maybe like their childhood or just growing up, they might have seen life in a more superficial, materialistic, or just darker way in general. And I feel like why you are the light is because you see the world in a beautiful and light way. It's like nothing scares you. You are able to operate in the dark. And because you can bring the light into the dark, right? Many of you have a very strong connection with Source. You don't think it's uncool to pray. You don't think it is, weird, or you don't reserve talking about your faith and, that higher calling or that purpose, or making sure that you have a connection, So I feel like a lot of you are leading, but just by leading on your own and not even doing anything, you're pulling your Divine Masculines up. Okay, and I feel like that was the kind of major message here that's coming through, is a lot of you are being more intentional and less distracted, and so it's causing a lot of change for your counterpart. Okay, let's get the Divine Feminine's energy. How are you being seen, Divine Feminine? All right, I'll let it come out. I'll allow it. All right, we have the moving on card, okay? And that is exactly what makes you magnetic, because you are moving on and you're doing what needs to be done. I feel like you are bringing back greenery to your Divine Masculine's life as well, because of your way to choose to be intentional about just honoring yourself, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, and really slowing down. I keep getting tea, guys, teacup or tea. And I'm getting sipping, like tell them about tea, like tell them about the art of drinking tea, which is just kind of stopping in the day to really sit down with your thoughts. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are doing. You're not stressed out about this journey. You're not triggered. I'm hearing ain't nobody got time for that. I got asthma. So that might be a synchronicity for some of you, because you might know it or you might laugh at it. It's like you really ain't got time for anything that weighs your energy down, because you're like, damn, what the hell have I been doing? I got bigger fish to fry. I'm in partnership with Mother Gaia here. You know, like, forget about this whole like karmic thing. That's what's friggin' distracting me from going out and, you know, again, being more intentional with looking at what parts of maybe the earth need healing, and how it is we can work in harmony and in partnership with others by first addressing our own intentions with the way we're living life. And for many of us, I feel like it's starting at home, right? The small little changes are starting at home. So you're moving on and you're moving forward, but at the same time, you're pulling your divine masculine's energy up as well. Okay, so this is how you're being seen, I just feel like, by others. But I feel like, again, there's your counterpart energy right behind you. And I love that she's reaching behind as well, because it kind of shows that, like, you don't ever leave them behind, or you don't ever hold ill intentions. And I feel like because you don't ever leave them behind or hold ill intentions, you always leave that space for your divine masculines to kind of meet you. And that's like where they're at right now. Like, energetically, your masculines are moving towards you right now, divine feminine, because they can't help it. And you're not waiting, you're not in pain, you're not stagnant, you're not distracted, because you know the truth, right? By knowing the truth and staying connected to source, you trust in divine timing. And the more you do that, you can feel your divine masculine spirit on a spiritual level. So now you don't need to constantly feel like, oh my God, I need to know, I need to watch tarot readings, I need to check up on their social media. It's like all of a sudden you become blindfolded and you're like, yes, like, I just need to chill, bro. So that's what many of you are doing. Like, you're just chilling, and just by chilling, your nervous system is relaxing. Many of you are getting more intuitive messages again, and these intuitive messages are around purpose, right? How do we be more intentional? And I feel like a lot of you are really drawn to the earth right now. Like, guys, like my kid's father, he's like, why are you acting like you've never seen fall before? Because every time we take my son to the park after school, I'm just like, oh my God, and I'm pulling out my phone. So he looks at me, he goes, why are you acting like you've never seen fall, bro? And I'm like, honestly, like, it's not even that. Like, it's just, I can't help it. Like, I am just in awe of the beauty that surrounds me, you know? So I feel like, again, many of you are, it's like the attraction card in the Romance Angel Oracle deck. Let's pull you out, baby. The attraction card, I feel like many of you are just, there it is, stopping to smell the roses, and it's just beautiful. Everything around you just seems so beautiful, and nothing can take this away from you, divine feminine. That's your gift. You're unbothered. You see this world as beautiful. You're not worried about, you know, anything. You're content with the things that you've been given. You find enjoyment in just the natural and beautiful things. So how can the 3D world tempt you or bother you or distract you? I mean, it literally can't. It reminds me of all of those memes where it's like, imagine hating me, and you have like the, what do they call it, God? The bugles, you know, the bugles, the pointy ones. It's like somebody sitting on a couch putting the bugles on each finger. I used to do that with my brother when we were kids. It's like, imagine hating me and I'm at home doing this. I feel like that's the energy that a lot of you carry, okay? You're returning back to this kind of childlike innocence, and it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Okay, what else about your energy is so magnetic at this time? It's probably knocking somebody off their feet as well. Okay, so we have the wedding card here coming out. I feel like this represents commitment, or it represents that silent commitment between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And what I mean by that is like the commitment to be our authentic selves. Like, I feel like by watching you break the cycle, whatever illusion, a lot of your divine masculines, you go back to just kind of being in that bond with them. They can't help it, I guess, feel the truth of the connection once you're no longer tied into any illusions, and you genuinely just kind of break free from it because you yourself want to be free. Whatever you do for yourself, your masculine does for their self as well. So I feel like this wedding card is representing, as you move on, you experience union. Okay, so when separation occurs, union is imminent. Union is on its way. Okay, it doesn't matter how much time in between has to pass. When separation happens, union is on its way. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another card here on what is so magnetic about the divine feminines at this time. This could be how your divine masculine is feeling, or just how you're being seen, or how your energy is being felt. What else do we need to know about the divine feminine? Oh, I feel like that's way too many. Let's go back, guys. Universe, please, may I just have 1 or 2 cards to work with at a time so that we can give the collective specific messages? Please and thank you. What else about the Divine Feminine's energy is so magnetic at this time? Okay, I'll take what's at the very top and what's at the very bottom. Okay, and if I'm guided to, I'll take those. Guys, I honestly feel like this is the same splash of cards that fell before. And the universe is like, no, take it. Okay, so we have passion here coming. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Kind of reminds me of the attraction card here, okay? Dancing is going to be something that's really important for you guys. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like your passions are really important. Like, get back into doing your passions. A lot of you, I feel like you have so many creative projects and goals and just little tiny things that you want to do or get into. Take it out of your closet, dust it out, and do it. The other day I saved this little meme. It was a cat and she was like dressed in the Victorian era, and it's like she was opening a jewelry box, and the meme was like that paint supply set that you never opened that you bought 6 years ago because it was too pretty to open. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so me. So, you know, bust out projects that you guys have always wanted to try. Like for me, I definitely want to try to learn how to crochet. I want to learn how to sew. Like for me, I'm totally momming, guys. This is like my momming era, like hand making Halloween costumes. I'm definitely going to be baking cookies. I'm going to be doing little loot bags for his friends. Next year, I'm definitely going to host a Halloween shindig because my balcony is huge in my new setup. So next year is definitely going to be something that is focused towards like the kids having a spooktacular time. Did I just do that? I told you guys I was in my momming era. I told you guys. But yeah, like I definitely feel many of you just being more passionate towards, you know, waking up. A lot of you are going to be rolling out of bed. I feel like, you know, this is a side of you that I don't want to go into karmic energy in this reading just because I feel like it's just such good divine feminine energy here coming through. But I do feel like that vitality might have been taken from many of you because you're sexiest when you are living your best life. And I feel like when you're living your best life, it's usually doing the things that you're really, really passionate about. Okay, so start that YouTube channel. For some of you, start that second YouTube channel. Okay. Start that Facebook group, go to that club. I've been meaning to go to the library to volunteer to help others learn how to speak English. They have it on like Mondays from, I don't even remember the time, like it's like a certain time slot. And I remember saying like, I'm going to do that because I ended up running into someone in my condo who didn't speak English, and the whole time I was communicating with her and she would just kind of nod, and then one day there was someone else with her and he's like, oh, she doesn't really speak a lot of English, but she's trying and she's practicing. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And then so from that moment forward, every time I would see her, I would make it my business to go and like tell her like, let's practice for a little bit. And she was always so appreciative, and so we became friends that way. But then I moved, and so it was so synchronistic that I saw at the library that they have a club where people are learning to speak English. So yeah, I'm definitely going to make time to go and lend a hand and have conversations with others and let them practice. So these may be things that I feel like they were lacking for the last little while because many of you kept isolating because tower moment after tower moment after tower moment kept hitting you. But I feel like a lot of you are blossoming again, okay? And it's because you've had faith. You moved on because of this magnetic energy about you. You have connection to the divine. That's what it is, divine feminine. What else is coming up? Healing family issues, and we have release your ex. I feel like this could be around your divine masculine's energy as well because many of you are moving on. This is also the energy of releasing and moving forward and wanting something new or fresh to come through or come in. And I feel like this is happening because the divine feminines are taking back their energy. A lot of you are alchemizing, which is taking a lot of the dark night of the soul moments, the tower moments, even a lot of the spiritual or energetic attacks. And you're saying, okay, you know what? If you're going to shoot at me, I might as well lay down, right? I might as well lay my ass down and rest. Because a lot of you are like, I'm not going to fight this. I'm just going to sit down and rest. And then when I'm ready to get back up, the universe is going to just pour in those blessings. It took a lot of you a lot of time to recognize that cycle until you were like, oh, you're not going to get me this time. I'm just going to kick my feet right on up. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to lay low. Just going to go into a hiatus and not worry about a damn thing. Because I know that the universe has my back. Okay? And that's why a lot of you have gone through this process of being just unbothered. So you're ready for your next step, which I feel is, for a lot of your divine masculines, really maturing, because now that you're ready to step back into your passions again, it's really going to put you into the spotlight, divine feminine, so much to the point where, they can't help but go into that shift as well. The energy connected to you, it just feels too high vibrational for them to not, release or do something too big in order to match that. So anyways, guys, I don't want to blab on too long or get repetitive here. So that's what I have for you guys for this one. You guys take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one, okay? All right, bye, guys.